Hello guys, welcome to the Trading Parrot. If you're familiar with DCA bots, you know what is their problem. Pretty much in a bear market, if you put your safety orders too close to each other, then you end up getting redbacks and you get trapped and it takes very long for them to recover, if they recover. If you are in a bull market and you end up spreading your safety orders too widely, you end up almost not utilizing any of the volume that you have reserved for the bot. So what if I told you that the placement of the safety orders can be automatically adjusted based on the volatility, and at the same time, no safety order will get triggered unless it fulfills the TA requirements that you define by using a signal. Almost 2 years ago, we released an indicator called Add Fund Simulator for free that was offered both as an educational tool so you can simulate what will happen if you add funds based on certain TA conditions to try to rescue a deal that is on the red. This helped a lot of people to learn better how to rescue their own bags. Today, we are introducing a new strategy called Absolutno. This strategy is a mix between doing DCA and the Add Funds Simulator all together in a single indicator. The beauty of this strategy is that once you define your placement of safety orders, they will only get filled if a signal occurs within the area that the safety order should be placed. This makes the safety order a much better deal than just blindly filling safety orders as the price is coming down. We are also using average true range to place the safety orders more distant from the entry price whenever the asset is moving in a more volatile way. Let's say you're running a DCA bot and it enters with the deal right at the top. This is a move of 12% to the downside. If you're just using the default percent-based orders and you decided to place them in areas like this, you will exit around there. Because with every safety order being placed, you're averaging down your exit, therefore making it more easy to take a profit at a lower exit than the entry. But not always you're going to get the price to bounce up to the upside. Wouldn't it be amazing if instead of just entering with the safety orders at those fixed percentages, we could use a signal that tells us, using TA, that this is a great area to add funds and this other area there is a great area to add funds. By doing this, we're making much more efficient use of the funds, because with every time that we are adding funds, we're doing it because it's got a likelihood of a reversal to the upside rather than just entering because it moved certain percent. Absolutno is precisely that. It's a Pine script that can connect to an external signal to make this a reality. If you look at here, we are connecting Absolutno to Teddy signal. You can connect it to any other signal that you prefer to use to decide when to enter safety orders. Once you connect it as an external signal to enter new deals, it will only enter a new safety order if that signal triggers a buy. But you're probably wondering what happens if you get multiple signals at the same level. And that's a great question. If that happens, we are still using a price deviation in percentage to open new safety orders. For example, here we have a 2%. What that means is that once the base order gets filled, it will only accept a new buy that is 2% down from the previous order that got filled. If we were doing traditional DCA with just percentages, we will enter at this price, and then as soon as we hit the percentage going down, it will enter another order. By using Absolutno, we're making it much more efficient because this safety order right here has been only filled because we got a buy signal 2% below the first safety order. If we didn't get a buy signal here and we got it 5% below, it will get filled much lower, averaging down much more the price. So it depends a lot on which signal you're going to decide to be using for entering each of the safety orders. The better that signal is, the more you're going to prevent filling safety orders at places where you shouldn't. Many things are pretty similar to DCA bots, so you're going to feel very familiar when you use Absolutno. You have a base order, a safety order, a max safety order count, a price deviation to open the new safety orders, a volume scale to increase the volume that you're placing with each safety order, a target take profit, stop loss, and fees, the TP scale. The take profit scale makes it much easier to control the expectation of the take profit. Let me give you an example. When we were entering the base order right here, our expectation was to go 3% to the upside. But after we filled the first safety order, we dropped that to barely 1 point something. This is thanks to the use of TP scale. If it's below 1 the value, with every safety order, the take profit is going to be reducing the expectation. But if instead we use a value above 1, for example 1.1, in this case, with every safety order that we fill, we are increasing the expectation for the take profit. So you could build a scalper that takes very tiny profits, it closes very quickly, but if there is a massive drop, then you use more volume and you have a higher expectation for taking profit, or you could do the opposite. You could use an external signal that pretty much finds all the bottoms with a higher expectation for taking profit on the base order only, but as you're filling more base orders and the risk is increasing, you could be reducing that take profit expectation. I'm going to show you something that you probably never seen before, the safety order ATR. If you are familiar with average true range, it's an indicator that tells us how volatile is the market. So far, we've seen only safety orders that they are stuck in the same place. We have 3 different options that we can use for safety order placement. The percentage mode is pretty much the same as 3commas. Every safety order is placed 2% below the previous one. Now, if we use ATR, you're going to notice that the safety order is moving with the price. It's actually paying attention to the volatility. In this case, the asset is coming down very aggressively, and it's almost like the safety order is running away from the very volatile price. When the price is coming up, it's kind of following as well the price to the upside. You also have a third mode, which is the ATR plus the percentage, which means that you can combine how much the safety order is running away from the price, how much the safety order is moving with the volatility together with your percentage. In the mode ATR plus percentage, every safety order is going to be distanced from the previous one by 2% in this case, plus the calculation of the ATR. Let's say we use the ATR mode. The more I increase the multiplier, the further away the placement of the next safety orders is done. And the more volatile the asset gets, the safety order is going to be placed further and further away. If you think about it, if there is a big dump on an asset, you probably want to delay when to enter with the next safety orders. And that makes a lot of sense. I seriously don't know why we didn't have this before. In the next part of the video, I'm going to show you how to connect it with a couple of signals. I'm also going to show you how the external signal can be used to take profits. And I will talk a little bit about how you can integrate the signals coming from Absolutno with 3commas DCA bots. If you want to get access to Absolutno, this is available to all observers that have a membership with TTP. Have a look at the description to find out more. In this case, I have connected Absolutno with Teddy, but what if I wanted to connect it with QFL? I have a free version of QFL, which is called QFL Single TF version 1.2. This is the way it looks in the chart once you select the 1 hour. The 1 hour is equivalent to using QFL Original, which is the most aggressive one, and I have it set up here with 2.9 to buy and with 2 to sell. I'm going to connect Absolutno with QFL. I need to use this one, QFL signal. At the moment, Absolutno expects a number 1 as a signal to enter a deal and a number 2 to exit a deal. But if you have TP signal unselected, it means that it will ignore the signal to exit. We are using the signal from QFL to enter the deals whenever we break a base. And here we can find a good example of a base broken, entering one deal, and then the next base is plotted later, and we enter another deal there just to exit right after. To show you how we can use the TP signal from the indicator, I'm gonna connect it with Market Cipher. So here I have a version of Market Cipher that is pretty convenient for backtesting purposes and also for alerting, that is available to all members, that I'm gonna be using as a signal to enter and to exit from Absolutno. In Absolutno, I'm going to select Market Cipher Buy, and I'm going to select TP signal. Let's look at this example. There was a buy from Market Cipher right there and a sell, so that took profit there. Since we are now using the same signal to exit, we are not plotting anything in green here because we do not know what's going to be the target. The target is determined by the signal itself. Here we are looking at a longer lasting deal where we have one signal there, and then there was another placement of a safety order. It waited until there was another signal right there. The average was pretty much that, and it closed as soon as there was a signal to exit. This area of the chart is a great example of where it would have been much better to exit on this sell signal rather than waiting for hitting the stop loss. So how can we do that? We can go here and enable to allow take profit with a signal when you are in a loss. If you enable that, now when you get a sell signal, even if you are at a price that is considered at a loss, you can exit. This is considered an early exit that prevented that the asset hit the stop loss. If we use the stop loss in this strategy, we see how we pretty much lose all the profits from there. But if we use the early exit, let's enable it and let's see the difference. The early exit, although has some areas with drawdown, still goes to the upside much quicker than hitting a large stop loss area. Let's cover the alerts for 3commas. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is put the bot ID here. You have to place the email token from your DCA bot in this area. You can also enable debug mode. When you do that, you're going to be able to see in the chart what's going to be the message that's going to be sent to your bot for opening the deal, followed by add funds, followed by the close at market price when you're taking profits or when you're hitting a stop loss. Notice that the add funds includes the amount that your DCA bot will respect. So it's very important that whatever settings that you're using here, you are okay that your DCA bot on 3commas taking the same amounts. Remember that you're using a volume scale. With each safety order, the volume might grow, and that's precisely what's going to be sent to your bot. Notice as well that in the base order, the volume is not sent. That's the only order where the DCA bot on 3commas uses the amount that is defined in the bot itself. How to create a bot on DCA that can connect with this? Pretty simple. Let's have a look. Let's say we are going to use Matic USDT on Binance. First of all, make sure that you're selecting the correct asset in the chart. In this case, Matic on Binance. And the same thing, if you're using Binance, then use the same exchange and the same asset and the same quote currency. So let's look for Matic. We need to use Matic USDT. You can set any name in the bot. Now we need to match things with the strategy. We have 1,000 for the base order. We need to completely disable the reinvest. In here, we need to use TradingView custom signal. For take profit, I suggest you use 50 because the strategy itself is going to decide when to sell. Do not use trailing. You could set up a stop loss if you wanted at a place that you feel comfortable, but the script as well has a stop loss, so make sure that they are not interfering with each other. Disable trailing stop loss, disable stop loss limit timeout, disable stop loss timeout, and disable risk reduction. And here we're going to put the same amount for the safety order, which was 5,000, but we are actually going to disable the safety orders in the bot itself. We're not going to let 3commas decide when to add funds for the new safety orders, but instead it's going to be the strategy sending the bot when to buy new safety orders. You can leave the scales for the volume and for the price at 1. They're going to be ignored anyways. We save the bot. We make sure that the bot is switched on, and we're going to have to scroll down here to find the details for the bot ID and for the email token. Once you're happy with all the settings in Absolutno, click OK, and now we're ready to set an alert. We're going to have to select in the condition Absolutno, and in this area here, we have to write down this code: strategy order alert underscore message. One thing that is important is that you have the right webhook for 3commas. And personally, I like to send an email to see each of the messages. If something fails, at least you have here a backup of what was sent to the 3commas bot, and later on you can troubleshoot. If you want to get a full month trial of Observer, and with that get access to Absolutno, all you have to do is create an account on the Trading Parrot, and then head down to the link that says account, find out and share your TTP username in a comment in this video. Also make sure that in the tradingparrot.com you go to account and you provide your TradingView username so you can later get access to Absolutno when using your TradingView account. Guys, I hope you're excited to experiment with this new way of doing DCA, connecting it with 3commas, putting a test your best signals to place your safety orders. And hopefully, with the volatility that we are seeing these days, moving the safety orders away from that dump is going to help us exiting deals much easier than in a traditional way. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.